we are going to start our program. Now I welcome Mrs. K. Emily Esther Rani to lead us in prayer.
Okay, let us all bow down our heads for prayer. Our loving Father, thank you, Lord, for this new day. Thank you, Lord, for this wonderful opportunity to conduct the seminar and today. Lord, we pray for the resource person, Dr. Kesavaraja sir. Please give your strength to him to deliver his lecture on mission learning to our students. Lord, we pray for all the participants. Give very good environment in their home and full concentration to listen carefully. And also we pray to give very good network connection for the smooth conduct of this program. Let your presence be with us throughout this seminar. We ask all these things in the precious name of our Lord and Savior Jesus Christ. Amen.
Thank you, ma'am. It's a welcome gift to encourage others to achieve greatness. Now I call upon Dr. G. Jamilda, Head of Department in CSC, to drop the welcome address.
First of all, I thank Almighty God for His presence and for giving us this opportunity to conduct this webinar on the topic Machine Learning using Python. On behalf of our CSC Department Association and CSA chapter, I welcome you all. At this juncture, I thank our management for giving permission to organize this webinar.
Thank you, ma'am.
I welcome our beloved principal, Dr. S. Jayakumar sir, for permitting us to organize this webinar. He always gives full encouragement to organize any event in our department. I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Next, I welcome our respected chief guest and resource person, Dr. D. Kesavaraja, Associate Professor in CSC Department of Dr. Sivandi Adityanar College of Engineering, Tirchandur, for accepting our invitation and kindly consented to be the chief guest for today's online webinar in spite of his busy schedule. I am proud to proclaim that he is our first batch alumnus of our Jaxi College of Engineering. On behalf of our CSC chapter and association, I welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
I also welcome our CSC chapter coordinator, Dr. P. Edwin Das, sir, and association coordinator, Mrs. Mary Angelin, ma'am, and all my colleagues. Last but not least, I welcome all of our department second year and third year students. Without you, this program will not be a successful one. Once again, on behalf of CSC chapter and association of our CSC department, I welcome one and all gathered here. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's amazing what you can accomplish. If you do not care, who gets the credit? Now I call upon Dr. S. Jayakumar sir, Principal of Jera Janapakyam, CSA College of Engineering, to give the presidential address.
Good morning to all. Good morning, Kesavaraja sir.
Good morning, sir. Good morning.
So, greetings to you all in the name of Lord Almighty. It is very happy that CSA chapter of CSC Department of Jera Janapakyam College of Engineering is organizing a webinar on the topic machine learning with the Python on today. And it is happy to note that our real proud alumni member, Dr. Kesavaraja, is presenting this seminar. CSA chapter is organizing various events to meet the content beyond syllabus criteria in case of NBA accreditation. Syllabus is given by the university, but every day the technology is evolving and the recent topics are not known to the teachers and students. And only by conducting such a webinar, we will be knowing the recent trends and we will be learning content beyond the syllabus what is given in the university curriculum. In that way, I hope this program will be very, very useful. Dr. Kesavaraja is an eminent speaker, eminent in the field of computer science and engineering, and he is presenting his lectures all over the world. It is a great pride that he is alumnus of our institution also, and he is my former colleague also. In that way, I am very happy that Dr. Kesavaraja is presenting this seminar. So on behalf of our college and my own behalf, I welcome and thank Dr. Kesa Raja who has accepted our invitation and going to share his knowledge in the field of machine learning to our students.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you and welcome, sir, once again. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
And I also appreciate the effort taken by the HODs and the CSA chapter coordinators, Dr. Indas, and other faculty member for organizing such a very nice program, which would be very useful to the students. Machine learning is an evolving area, and even AICT has started a separate branch in the name of artificial intelligence and data science. Every field, this machine learning is having application. Even during the recent Turkey earthquake rescue process, many AI-based robots were used for recovery process. So machine learning, we cannot go out of this field. Computer science and joining with machine learning will yield a lot of applications. And particularly the Python programming language is very, very useful to implement the AI techniques. So Dr. Kesava Raja is very expert, very, very good in programming, and is very expert in this field. And definitely his speech and his knowledge and his webinar his presentation would be very useful to our students. So once again, I appreciate the efforts taken by CSC department, and also I congratulate and appreciate all the student members and staff members who are participating in this webinar. I hope this program will be a very grand success, and wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for your valuable speech. The key to growth is the introduction. Now I call upon Mrs. J. Mary Angeline, Associate Coordinator of CSC Department. Ma'am.
Mary ma'am.
மேம் மேம் கேக்குதா? ஹலோ
It's audible. You proceed.
மேம்
Audible ma'am. Audible.
Madam, don't waste your time, ma'am.
It is my immense pleasure to introduce our chief guest, Dr. D. Kesava Raja, for this webinar. He is working as an associate professor, Department of CSE, Dr. Sivandhi Adityanar College of Engineering, Tirchandur. He has more than 16 years of teaching experience. He has completed his BE Computer Science from Jayarajana Bhagyam CSI College of Engineering, NASDAQ, and completed his ME from Mananniyam Sundaranaar University. He has completed his PhD in Cloud Computing from Anna University, Chennai. He was recognized as a SOHO certified trainer by SOHO Corporation, Tenkasi. He is the author of book titled Fundamentals of Computing and Programming, Fundamentals of Latex Programming. He has received SAP Award of Excellence from IIT Bombay. He has also received Outstanding Reviewer Award by Elsevier in 2028. It is an honor to have such an eminent person in our midst. Welcome you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am, for the introduction. Sharing is having more. Now I call upon Dr. D. Kesava Raja, Associate Professor of Computer Science and Engineering Department in Dr. Sivandhi Adityanar College of Engineering, Tirchandur.
A very fine good morning. Is it audible and clear?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Good
Thank
morning.
you. So, very fine good morning to you all. So, first of all, my sincere thanks to Dr. S. Jayakumar sir for providing a wonderful opportunity. Then the HOD of the CSE department, Dr. Jamilda ma'am. Then all the faculties and association coordinators for providing a wonderful opportunity to my college. So, very sincere thanks to all. So, today's webinar, which will be titled as Machine Learning Using Python. So, there is a small agenda just for 1.5 hour session. So, very small agenda. We start with a small intro on machine learning. I hope everyone very much familiar about machine learning. So 1 or 2 slides for what is machine learning, then what are all its types. Then directly I'm entering into applications of machine learning, just for 1 slide for application of machine learning. Then we are entering into supervised learning with a demo of linear regression, decision tree for regression and classification, random forest regression and classification. At last, for evaluation of these algorithms are very essential. So the algorithms are evaluated via the system metrics, the famous metrics which will be named as precision, recall, and F1 score with the real-time application. So this is an agenda. So it's for direct, completely for programming session. So starts with the 10 lines of Python code. So all the, I think, linear regression, logistic regression, decision tree for regression, decision tree for classification, random forest for regression, random forest for classification. 10 programs, but actually only 10 lines of code, just a single line change, which explains all other 9 programs. So that's very easy. Only 10 lines of code because Python is an excellent programming language. So it's a morning session. I hope everyone was very much active. So please interact and then learn something about Python programming. So this is a small agenda. So anyway, morning session, all are, I hope, very much active. Then anyway, starts with a small story entering into a session. So normally storyteller speaks like that. So I am also speaks on the same way. So once upon a time, there was a giant ship, the very large ship. The ship engine was failed. So ship owners was so sad. So he called experts like engineers for solving the problem. So each and every expert came to the ship and inspect the engine, but none of them figured out what happened on the engine. None of them figured out what happened on the engine. So at last, ship owners called the old man. He was a ship engineer when he was young. So he is an experienced ship engineer. So the old man came to the ship with a large bag of tools. The old man came to the ship with a large bag of tools. He inspected the engine from top to bottom. The 2 ship owners are watching him carefully. At last, the old man took a small hammer. The old man took a small hammer from his large bag of tool. He, with the help of that small hammer, simply tapped on the engine. Immediately, the engine was latched into life. Immediately, the engine was latched into life. Everyone was very much happy. Then, few days later, the ship owners received a bill from the old man. The bill was, ship owners received a bill from the old man. The bill was $10,000. He hardly did anything. With the help of small hammer, he simply tapped on the engine, but asking for $10,000. So the ship owners write a letter to the old man. Dear sir, please send us an itemized bill. The old man also replied and sent an itemized bill. The itemized bill, which comprising of only 2 items, dear students, please listen carefully. The itemized bill, which comprising of only 2 items, UC hammer for $2, where to use hammer for $9,998. So think about the situation. UC hammer, it's not a problem. Where to use hammer, that's very, very essential. So there are numerous number of algorithms are available. Linear regression, decision tree, logistic regression, SVM, decision tree, then random forest, etc., etc. Where to apply, where to put your effort is very, very important. So effort is important, but knowing where to make an effort is very much important. So with this moral, I'm entering into the today's session, the session which will be titled as machine learning. So normally picture may worth as 1000 words. Here there is a picture. There is a robo picture. A machine can learn from the data. Please see the picture. These are all the datas. Machine can learn from these all datas. If you are giving input, then machine can process and then return a result. So normally human can learn from environment. Similar way, here machine can learn from the environment. So small intro. What is machine learning? So without being explicitly programmed, a machine can learn. We are not writing for programming. Based on the data, system can automatically program. That's for machine learning. Machine learning is not for completely programming. Based on the data, system can learn. So without explicit program, system can automatically learn. If A equal to 10, it's for programming. If A equal to, based on the data, it can take a threshold. That's called as explicit. Without explicit program, system can learn. That will be termed as machine learning. So machine can learn from data. Machine can learn from data. I will give a small example. So read the data from bottom to top. So initially data, here there is a raw data. The raw data was red color. Just I am viewing a red color. This is for raw data. The meaning of the raw data is, that is information. The meaning of the raw data is, there is a south facing traffic light. The traffic light color is red. In front of that, there is a traffic light. The traffic light color was red. So data is red color, but the meaning was traffic light color is red. Then the knowledge get from that, I am driving towards red color. The context was, the knowledge was, I am driving towards the traffic light. The traffic light showing red color. Actually, the wisdom was, better you can stop the car because there is a red color light, traffic light. So you can stop the car. This is a process of machine learning. Raw data, from that raw data you can extract information. From that information you can extract knowledge. From that knowledge you can extract wisdom. That's a theme of machine learning. So data to information, information to knowledge, knowledge to wisdom. Yeah, machine learning. So a normal computer, we are adding some AI or machine learning algorithms. It can learn from data. It can predict the future. It can provide what are all the improvements possible. So the theme of machine learning, a normal system which embedded with the AI or machine learning algorithm, it can learn from the data. It can predict the future. It can predict the future. This is for intro of machine learning. So this machine learning, which applied for all kind of domains, something called as content personalization, accident prevention, image recognition, predictive maintenance, medical diagnosis. So it can learn from data and diagnose which disease. So something like that. So these are some of the basic application. So I'm entering into types of machine learning. Types of machine learning. Machine learning, which categorized into three types. The one which is called as supervised learning. The second one which is called as unsupervised learning. The third one which is called as reinforcement learning. I'm entering into the first one, supervised learning. Supervised learning, you can provide the input as well as output data. The user can provide input as well as output data. So system can train based on input as well as output. For example, the student height as well as student weight. For example, in your class, there are 60 students. The 60 students height as well as 60 students weight, which will be provided to the machine. Height is an input and weight is for output. So the machine can train based on the 60 students height as well as weight. If one new student enter into a class, the height was provided. System can automatically find the weight. Is it clear? Supervised learning, already the input and output labels are provided to that machine. Based on the input and output value, system was trained. Based on input and output value, system was trained. Now new student can enter into a class. Their height only, input only provided. Their output was automatically calculated by the machine. That process which is called as supervised learning. That process which is called as supervised learning. Is it clear or not? Please use chat box. Say yes or no. The entire 60 students entire 60 students height as well as weight was provided. Based on the 60 students height and weight, the system was trained. Then if a new student enter into a class, their height was provided, their weight was automatically predicted by the system. That's called a supervised learning. The supervised learning, which categorized into two types. Thank you. Thanks for the response. So I think there are 86 members. Why there is a less response? I don't know. Yeah, anyway, fine. Then there are two types of supervised learning. One which is called as classification. The second one which is called as regression. There are two types of supervised learning. One for classification, second one for regression. This is the agenda for the today's session. Supervised learning, under that classification and regression. Yeah. So supervised learning, Under that, there are two types. One which is called as classification, second one which is called as regression. So as a name itself, classification in the sense, it's your duty to find whether the particular student in group 1 or group 2. For example, identify fraud, whether the person is fraud or not. Image classification, whether the image is cat or dog. Customer retention, whether the customer retained for some more time or not. Diagnosis, whether the disease is present or not. So whether the data is in group 1 or group 2, that's called as classification. Regression, you can't find the exact value. Regression in the sense you can find the exact value. Weather forecasting, the temperature of tomorrow, the sales of tomorrow, the share market value of tomorrow. That's for predicting the exact value. That's called as regression. I will give a small example. Regression, what is the temperature going to be tomorrow? You can predict the exact temperature of tomorrow. It's an exact value. That's called as regression. Please listen carefully. Regression, what's the temperature going to be tomorrow? So exact temperature of tomorrow. You can predict the exact temperature of tomorrow, the exact value. The exact value is 84 degrees. So that's called as regression. Whether the temperature is cold or hot, whether it's in group 1 or group 2, that's called as classification. Regression in the sense predict the exact value. Classification in the sense whether the person is in group 1 or group 2. Regression for predict exact value. I'm giving you another example. In the student profile, whether the student is in pass or fail based on the periodical mark or internal mark, the student is in pass or fail. That's called as classification. What's the percentage? You can predict based on the internal test mark, predict the university mark of the student. Predict the percentage or mark. That's called as regression. Is it clear? Regression and classification. Regression, predict the exact value. Classification, whether it's in group 1 or group 2. If it's in group 1, pass, or group 2, whether the student mark is less than 50, then fail. If it's greater than 50, pass. So group 1 or group 2, that's called as classification. Regression, predict the exact percentage of the student. That's called as regression. I hope it's clear. Please use chat box. 90 members are present. Say yes or no. Is it clear? Regression and classification? Thank you. Thanks for the response. Okay. Now we are directly entering. I won't waste time. So I am directly entering into the programming. So just for supervised learning, you are providing input as well as output. Based on the input output, system was trained. If you are providing a new data, system can predict the outputs. Okay. Regression, predict the exact value. Classification, group 1 or group 2. Yeah. There are numerous number of applications of machine learning. It's used for speech recognition, NLP, computer vision, medical analysis, robotic system, computational biology is an excellent field now. So it uses variety of domains. So I think 99% of domains, all those processes which depends on ML. So the benefits of machine learning, it's a powerful processing. Without explicit code, system can automatically programmed. That's the greatest advantage. So powerful processing. It's an excellent decision-making methodology, excellent prediction methodology based on the algorithm. So very quicker processing. It can produce the accurate result based on the data. Affordable data management. Cost was very less. So even it can analyze a complex big data too. Even it can analyze a complex big data too. Yeah. Now I'm entering into programming. Yeah, just for 10 minutes is enough. So please listen first 10 minutes carefully. Then all those other things, because computer science students very much familiar about control C as well as control V. So all after 10 minutes, all others are same copy paste, just a single line change. All those algorithms was fine. So first algorithm. So there are 5 major steps for machine learning process. The step number one, for define a problem. Step number 2, prepare the data set. Step number 3, evaluate the proper algorithm. Step number 4, improve the result. Step number 5, visualize your result. So these are the 5 major steps. So 5 steps, so 5 lines of code. So there are 5 steps for machine learning. So there are 5 lines of code in Python. Yeah. So Python is an excellent programming language which have a rich text library. So which supported for all kind of application. Because of that reason, each and everyone using Python programming language. In our application for machine learning, we are using 5 major packages. The package number 1, which is called as NumPy. NumPy is a package which choose to handle array. NumPy is a package which choose to handle array. Second one, Pandas. Pandas is a package which used for data frame. NumPy for array, Pandas for handling data frame or data analysis. Matplotlib, it's a package which choose to visualize your data in a graph. Matplotlib is a package which choose to visualize your data. SciKitLan or sklan, in short sklan or SciKitLan, it's a package which comprising of all kind of machine learning algorithm. All machine learning algorithm which available inside a package sklan or SciKitLan. Then Seaborn, it's an advanced visualization library. It's also similar to Matplotlib. Anyway, it's advanced visualization library. So NumPy for array, Pandas for data frame, Matplotlib for plotting it in a graph. SciKitLan is a package inside that you are comprising of all machine learning algorithm. Seaborn, it's an advanced visualization package. So now I am entering into basic programming, linear regression, linear. The first one which is called as linear regression. Yeah. Linear regression, the hours, I think in x-axis, I will take hours studied. Y-axis, I will take percentage score. So for example, in your class, I will take analysis. So one student studied for 1 hour, then their percentage is 20%. The second student, I will take a second student, then they spend for 2 hours for studies. Then they can take 30 marks. Then similar way, all the students' values were taken and plotted in a graph. Then if a new student occur, the student spends for 7 hours time. Automatically system can tell the student can take 70% score. So this is a theme of linear regression. This is a theme behind linear regression. Now we are entering into Python code. Please listen carefully. So I think I will use a Colab. So later I will explain this slide. So I'm entering into Python. Only 5 stages. Please listen carefully. Step number 1, Python. So step number 1, import packages. Step number 1 for import packages. So import Pandas as PD. So data frames. Okay. Import NumPy as NP for array. Import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT for visualize the data. So step number 1 for importing packages. So import Pandas as PD, import NumPy as NP, import matplotlib.pyplot as PLT. So step number 1, importing packages completed. Step number 2. Step number 2, download data from datasets. Step number 2, download data from dataset. I have all those data in this Google Drive. So I have download the CSV file, comma separated value file. So the file which is named as student_source.csv. The file which is named as student_scores.csv. I have downloaded that file and place it in any drive. Then I'm using Pandas object pd dot read CSV, the file name. That's fine. So step number 1 for import packages. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. The dataset is CSV file. I am reading data from dataset. So pd.read_CSV, the CSV file which is stored in a variable called as dataset. So step number 1, 2 are fine. Now I'm entering into step number 3. This is for not the required. If I am printing dataset.head of which display hours studied and score. Whatever available in the dataset which will be displayed the top 5 values. Top 5 values. So this is not required. So step number 1, import package. Step number 2, read data from dataset. Then step number 3. Step number 3. Please listen carefully. Step number 3. Now, my data set, which comprising of 2 columns, one for hours, the second columns, hours studied, then their score. There are 2 columns. Then I will split this column as X, this column as Y. Okay. So, remaining, this is the first example. So, I'm entering into later example. So, all other columns are taken as first column, second column, third column, fourth column. All other columns are taken as X. Only the last column was taken as Y. So, same way I'm writing this program too. So, dataset dot ILOC, indexed location, colon, comma, colon, -1. So, all rows except last column. -1 in the sense, except last column. So, dataset dot ILOC, colon, comma, 1. Only the first column. So, X equal to dataset dot ILOC, colon, comma, colon, -1. So, except the last column, all other columns are taken as X. The last column only taken as Y. This is for XY split up, preparing data. So, step number 1 for import packages. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. Step number 3 for X and Y split up. X for dataset. Why you are writing this stuff? So, dataset dot ILOC, colon, comma, 0. Then it marking hours. Yes, it's correct. But anyway, it's my duty to write all the 10 programs in the same way. So because of the data, the first program itself, I am following the same way. So X equal to dataset dot ILOC, colon, comma, colon, -1. Except last column, all other columns are taken as X. Y equal to dataset dot ILOC, colon, comma, 1. The first column only taken as Y. So first one for import package, second one for read data from dataset, third one for X, Y split up. Then now I am entering into my fourth step. Step 4. It's very, very essential. Please listen carefully. Step 4. For example, in your class, there are 100 students. Please listen carefully. In your class, there are 100 students. I am taking the X and Y value of the 100 students. Please don't view that code. Please listen this table. So, in your class, there are 100 students. 100 students, X and Y was provided. That's fine. I will take 80 students. I will take 80 student XY value for training. Based on 80 students height and weight, system can train. That's fine. Remaining 20 students, X value only provided. I will hide Y value. I will provide X value to my machine. The machine can find Y predicted value of these 20 values. Already I have Y value of these 20 value. I will compare both the things. Is it clear? I have 100 students. The 80 students, randomly I will take 80 student height and weight was provided to my machine. Based on that, my machine was trained. 80 students data, based on 80 students data, my machine was trained. Remaining 20 students, I will hide my output value. I will pass my input value only. System can predict the output value. Already I have output value. I will compare both the thing. If it works fine, then system is good. If it not works fine, the system is failed. Is it clear or not? I will have 100 data. The 80 data taken for training and 20 data taken for testing. Based on 80 students input and output, system can train. Then remaining 20 students output value was hidden. The input value was provided to the machine. Machine can train based on 20 student input value. Machine can find their output. Already original output was available. You can compare the machine produced output and original output. If it's correct, system works fine. Is it clear or not? Please use chat box. So step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from data set. Step number 3, the X value, first column for X, next column for Y. Step number 4, train test split off, 80% for training and 20% for testing. Yeah, anyway, little bit understanding. Anyway, I will explain in another example too. So please wait for a few seconds. So here, this function named as train test split is a method. Train test split is a method. So train test split of X and Y was provided. Test sizes 20. So 20% data for testing. It will produce 4 variables. X train and Y train. X test, comma Y test. Please listen carefully. Please listen carefully. I will repeat the same again. I have 10 datas. I have total of 10 datas. X and Y. I have total of 10 datas, X and Y. 1, 10, 2, 20, 3, 30, etc., 8, 80, 9, 90, 10, 100. So I have total of 10 datas. Okay, fine. So in that, I will take first 8 datas for training. First 8 datas for training. System can train 1. If input is 1, output is 10. If input is 2, output is 20. If input is 3, output is 30. Similar way, if input is 80, output is 80. Based on the 8 data, system can train. Now, I will take these 2 datas, 9 and 10. These 2 data for providing to my machine. Machine can find the output, the first data. If the data is 9, the output is something the machine can find. Any output. Machine can find the output as, if 9, the output is 91. If 10, the output is 99. The machine can find these 2 outputs. Already the original output, 90. So 90 matched with 91. 100 matched with 99. So I think it's having nearest value. So my machine provide 98% of accuracy. Is it clear? So all those data was taken. From that, 80% for training, 20% for testing. Based on 80% data, system can train. The 20% input was provided. System can find their output. The original output and system predicted output was compared and find the accuracy of the machine. Is it clear or not? Is it very much important? So is it clear or not? Please use chat box. So step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from data set. Step number 3, split X and Y value. Step number 4, the 80% data which taken for training, then 20% data which taken for testing. I will give another example. Please wait. God will, please wait for some more time. I will give another example with the table. Then it will be clear. So please wait. Wait for a few more seconds. So then step number 1, I am repeat again. Step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from data set. Step number 3 for splitting X and Y value. Step number 4, 80% data was taken for training, 20% data for taken for testing. So X train and Y train is 80% data. X test and Y test for 20% data. Fine. Because the test size is 0.2. If the test size is 0.3 in the sense, 70% data for training, 30% data for testing. Actually, there is a 80-20 rule. A default rule is 80-20 rule. So 80% for training and 20% for testing. Now I am entering into step number 1 for package, 2 for read data set, 3 for X and Y, 4 for, this is for step number 4. So 4 for 80% training and 20% testing. Now I am entering into my model. Please listen carefully. So yes, from sklearn model dot linear regression, regressor equal to linear regression. I will use my linear regression model. Regressor dot fit, I will pass X train and Y train value. I will pass X train and Y train value. System can train. Now I will pass X test value. X test value. System can find Y predicted value. So I will print Y test value and Y predicted value. Actual value was 20. System can predict 16. Actual value was 27. System can predict 33. Actual value was 69. System can predict 75. Actual value was 30. System can predict 26. Actual value was 62. System can predict 60. So based on that, I will print the accuracy of the machine. Based on that, I will print the accuracy of the machine, that is mean absolute error, Y test and Y predicted. It can print the error rate, mean squared error, root mean squared error, which can print the results. So the error was little bit high. So linear regression was little bit fine. So this is what a basic linear regression works. So I will explain the same with another example. Please wait for some more time. So this is an array. Please listen carefully. This is an array. The array comprising of X and Y. X for 10 items, 0 to 9. Their equivalent Y value is something. The Y value was provided. Okay. Y value was provided. If X value increases, Y value also increases. Okay. I will take this data set. So step number 1, import packages. Step number 2, read data from data set. So I will read X and Y value. Okay. Then step number 3, 80% data taken for testing, training, 20% data for testing. So here, the 80% data, random 80% data, this 80% data which taken for training, and 20% data, it's for testing. So step number 1 for import package, 2 for read data from data set, 3 for 80% training and 20% testing. Then I will fit a linear regression model. Then I will pass X test value to predict a Y predicted value. I will compare Y test value and Y predicted value based on mean absolute error, mean squared error, and root mean square error. It can print the result. This is a basic example of Python for basic machine learning algorithm, which will be named as linear regression. 1 second, please wait a second. I will share my entire screen. 1 second. I will share my entire screen. Yeah. I will open a Chrome browser. Yeah. I will open a new Chrome browser. I will click on Gmail. So I entering into a Gmail. So I'm logging into a new account. Something. I will log in into an account. That's fine. And then I will type Colab. Colab is an excellent Python library, Python IDE. So I will click on Colab. Here I will click on new notebook. I will click on new notebook. Yes, fine. I will click on new notebook. So it will open a new Colab library. I will change the name as LR1, linear regression 1. Step number 1. What is step number 1? I will copy in my code. So step number 1, I start from my first code. So step number 1, import packages, import pandas pd, import numpy, import pandas pd, and import numpy np, import matplotlib.pyplot. So I will copy this code and paste it here. So the required packages was installed and then code was executed in Colab. Import pandas pd, import numpy np, import matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So I will open this file. So it takes little time, so please wait for a second. Before that, I will download the data set. So step number 2, I will copy this Google Drive link and paste it in my next tab. Yes. It will open a CSV file. Yes, I will download the CSV file. The CSV file named as students_scores.csv. Yes, fine. I will download the CSV. After that, I will upload the CSV to my Google Drive. I will upload the CSV to my drive named as something. I will create a new folder. I will create a new folder named as data. Create. Inside that, I will upload my file, new file upload. From my downloads directory, I will upload that file student_scores.csv. The file was uploaded. Yes, fine. Now I am entering into my Colab. Just I am download the data set and upload into my Google Drive. Now I will connect my Google Drive to Colab. So I have 2 lines of code. These 2 lines of code we choose to connect to my Google Drive. So I will use these 2 lines. 1 second. I will copy these 2 lines and paste it here. So it will ask the permission. I think single quotes error. I will connect. So it will ask for Google Drive connection permission. Connect to Google Drive. Which will ask for authorization. Yes, I will authorize. I will allow. So Google Drive which connected with my Colab. Okay, fine. So step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. So step number 2. This is for Google Drive connection. This is not mandatory. So step number 2 for read data from dataset. So I think dataset equal to pd.read CSV. Dataset equal to pd.read CSV, the file name. So dataset equal to pd.read CSV. The path was the path where the file was stored. Something content/G drive / actually my drive. My drive was my Google Drive. Inside that there is a folder called as data. So I will execute the same. I think single quotes issue. So dataset equal to pd.read CSV content/G drive. Inside that, please view my G drive, my drive/data. The folder named as my drive/data. So content/G drive is a default root directory of Google Drive. Inside that, my drive, data, my file name. So step number 1, import package. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. Then now step number 3. What is step number 3? Step number 3. X, Y split up. Please wait here. X and Y split up. Step number 3, I will execute the same. X and Y are splitted. For verification, I will verify the same. Here I will type data set. I will execute. Please view here. Yeah, hours and scores was displayed. This is for data set. So I will remove the same. Now here I will print X. The first column, the X value was taken. I will print Y. The second column, the hours studied was displayed. So this is what X and Y was split at. Okay. So step number 1 for import packages. I hope my screen is visible. I will little bit zoom it. Okay. Step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. Step number 3 for splitting X and Y. Step number 4, 80% data taken for testing, training, 20% data which is taken for testing. So I will copy paste the same. Now I will execute the code. Sorry, indentation issue. I will execute the same. Yes, 80% taken for training and 20% taken for testing. Now I will execute the another things. Last step, I will create a model. So linear regression, regressor.fit of X train, comma, Y train value. I will copy paste the whole and then paste it here. Because of formatting issue, I will paste it in Notepad and then paste it in a Google Colab. So now the model was trained, entire model was ready. Now I will predict the value. So Y predicted value, regressor.predict of, I will pass X test value, which will find the Y predicted value. Okay, now everything was fine. Now I will print the result. I will print the result, something called as DF. Please view the data. The actual value is 20, system can predict 16. Actual value 27, system can predict 33. Actual value 69, system can predict 75. Actual value 30, system can predict 26. So this is what my model works. For finding the accuracy of the model, you will print the mean square error, mean absolute error for the metrics. So I will print the same. I will execute this code, which can print mean absolute error, mean square error, as well as root mean square error. This is a basic way for executing a Python program. So I will give a easiest way. So anyway, you are typing these set of programs initially taken from the code. It's a little bit tough. So you can try during your free time. You can try. If you have any queries, anytime you can ping me via WhatsApp or phone call. That's not a problem. So I will give a easiest way. So just open Google. I will give a easiest way for execute this program. So just open Google. I will give my website name. Just Google it, my name. Kesava Raja. Okay. Just Google it, my name. This is my website. First link was my website. So click on that link. So it's entering into my website. So in that website, there is a link called as e-training. In that website, there is a link which is called as e-training. Under that, there is an option for machine learning using Python. Sub-menu which is called as machine learning using Python. Please click on that menu. Please click on that menu. So machine learning using Python. This is my video channel, YouTube channel. You can click if needed. You can subscribe and watch the Python videos, deep learning videos if needed for Angular and Java video. It's your wish. So anyway, all those code, all those training, all those channels are available. Then anyway, for executing this program, this is a linear regression. So Colab code is available. Just right click and open in new tab. The code was open. You can just click execute, 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 execute. The entire program works fine. That's fine. Similarly for simple linear regression for gradient descent, Bayesian regression, logistic regression, SVM. Then all those data set link also available in my website. So code also available, video tutorial also available. If needed, you can use this website. Okay, fine. So now I'm entering into my program. I won't waste time. Please listen carefully. The first one for linear regression. I will explain second one, and then if you have any queries, we will discuss later. So multiple linear regression. First one for linear regression. The second one for multiple linear regression. Okay, fine. Now, Step number 1. All those codes are copy paste. So please listen carefully. 12 o'clock, it's very tough. Okay, fine. Anyway, please listen carefully. Is it tough? 12 o'clock, it's very tough to listen. Anyway, this one program. Okay. After that, I will explain something. So import libraries. So step number 1 for import libraries. Okay. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. Here the dataset which comprising of 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 columns. First 4 columns are taken as X. Only the last column which taken as Y. Petrol consumption only taken as Y. So step number 1 for read data from dataset. Step number 1 for import package. Step number 2 for read data from dataset. Step number 3. Here please listen carefully. X equal to dataset.ilOC also fine. Otherwise, petrol tax is a heading of this. Average income. It's a heading of this. So all those headings are combined. So first 4 columns are taken as X. Only the last column which is taken as, all other columns are taken as X. Only the last column which is taken as Y. Then step number 5. 80% for training and 20% for testing. Step number 6. Same linear regression. I am passing X train and Y train value. Step number 7. I will pass X test value which can find Y predicted value. The actual and predicted value was printed. Then I will find mean absolute error, mean square error and root mean square error. This is for linear regression and multiple linear regression. Is it clear or not? I hope it's for base because programming is a starting session. So I will share the videos, manual and tutorial. Some of the students are asking for speak in Tamil. So no problem. Anyway, in my YouTube channel, the same video tutorial in Tamil is also available. You can utilize that. Okay. So these are some basic for linear regression and multiple linear regression. Okay. Anyway, the students are very much active. I hope so. So please use chat box for reply. And then because 12 o'clock it's very tough. 12 o'clock is a very tough time. So please answer these questions and then I'm entering into the another algorithm. The question which will be named as IAS question. So it takes some time to think. So think a little bit. So the slide number 1. So can you plus 10 plus 4 equal to 2? Is it possible? 10 plus 4 equal to 2? My maths faculty told that 10 plus 4 equal to 14. But here 10 plus 4 equal to 2. Think something different. Yeah. Is it possible? So I will give this is the first slide. So I will give an answer. Think for remaining slides. So is it possible in clock? 10 o'clock plus 4 o'clock, 4 hours equal to 2 o'clock. Is it clear? Yes, it's correct. 10 plus 4 equal to 2 in clock. Is it clear? Then I will play my next slide. If possible, try to answer. How can you drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor without cracking it? How can you drop a raw egg, not a boiled egg, raw egg, onto a concrete floor without cracking it? Is it possible? Raw egg. Raw egg drop into a concrete floor without cracking it. No answers? Okay. Anyway, please think about that. Concrete floor was very strong. It's hard to crack. Please read the question carefully. How can you drop a raw egg onto a concrete floor without cracking a floor? If you are putting raw egg into a concrete floor, how the floor was cracked? So the floor was hard. It won't crack. Please read the question carefully and answer. If it took 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, how long would it take for 4 men to build it? It's an easy question. if it took 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, how long would it take 4 men to build it? Any answer? Simple mathematics. I think 91 members are present. Why there is no answer in chat box? Unmute and speak. That's not a problem. If it took 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, how long would it take 4 men to build it? It was already built. So think something different. So anyway, IAS question. So question, if it took 8 men 10 hours to build a wall, so already the wall was built by 8 men, then 4 men, that's not needed. The wall was already built. So think something smart. So my next question, it's the easiest question. If you had 3 apples and 4 orange in one hand, and 4 apples, 3 orange in other hand, what would you have? If you had 3 apples and 4 orange in one hand, 4 apples and 3 orange in other hand, what would you have? Three apples and 4 orange you are holding. So your hand was very large. So you have very large hand. You have very large hand for holding the 3 apples and 4 orange. Is it easy? How can you lift an elephant with one hand? How can you lift an elephant with, that's hands correct. How can you lift an elephant with one hand? It's not a toy elephant. Please read the question again. How can you lift an elephant with one hand? I will never find an elephant with one hand. I will never find an elephant with one hand. Please, IAS questions are a little bit tough, but think something smart. Similar way, programming is also not easy. Think something smart, then only programming is easy. It's not a toy elephant. I am already said. Elephant has no hand. Yes, it's good. Isabel, good answers. Okay, fine. So there is, you will never find an elephant with one hand. So my another easiest question, please listen carefully. How can a woman go 8 days without sleep? How can a woman go 8 days without sleep? He sleep at night. 8 days without sleep. He slept at night. Why you are thinking too much? If you throw a red stone into a blue sea, what it will become? If you throw a red stone into a blue sea, what it will become? If you throw a red stone into a blue sea, what it will become? Yeah, very good. Very good answer from Raja. So already red stone, blue sea, that's not a problem. If any stone which will be thrown into a sea, it will automatically wet or sink. What looks like half apple? No idea? Yeah, apple, half apple looks like other half. Yeah, half apple looks like other half. Yeah, anyway, fine. Then I'm entering into last program. Okay. Yeah, time was 12:15, just for 15 minutes time. So my last program, I won't bore you. So my last program for decision tree. So decision tree classification, please listen carefully. Here, there are 10 datas. Here, there are 10 datas. in that 10 datas, based on the 10 datas, 8 datas taken for training. 8 datas taken for training. Based on the 8 data, system can train. How it will be trained? If the refund is yes, if refund is yes, if refund is yes, if refund is yes, the output, this is output. These three are inputs. So if refund is yes, then the output is always no. If refund is yes, output is no. If refund is yes, output is no. If refund is yes, output is no. If marital status is married, then cheat is no. If marital status is married, cheat is no. If marital status is married, cheat is no. So marital status is married, cheat is no. Similar way, remaining things are calculated. So this is what decision tree algorithm works. Now I am entering into programming. Step number 1, same copy paste. Step number 1, import pandas as pd, numpy as np, matplotlib.pyplot as plt. So importing libraries or importing packages. Step number 2, read data from data set. So pd.read CSV, petrol consumption.csv. The data set read the data from petrol consumption.csv. Now, X and Y split up. Data set drop of petrol consumption. Except the drop in the sense last column. Except the last column, all other columns are taken as X. Only the last column, petrol consumption, which taken as Y. So step number 1 for import packages. Step number 2 for read data from data set. Step number 3 for X and Y split up. Step number 4, 80% data which taken for training and 20% data for taken for testing using train test split method. 80% data which taken for training and 20% data which taken for testing using train test split method. Now, the here sklan.tree import decision tree regressor. The first example we will see linear regression. Here decision tree regressor. Regressor equal to decision tree regressor of regressor.fit x train comma y train. Then I will pass x test value. It can predict y predicted value. I will find the mean absolute error, mean squared error, and root mean square error. This is an example for decision tree. So just a single line change. The same data set, single line change, which will be called as decision tree. First one for linear regression, second one for multiple regression, third one for decision tree. Same decision tree algorithm which applied for classification too. This is for output. These all things are taken for input. So these things X, this class is Y. Now same steps. Step number 1 for import packages. 2, read data from bill authentication.csv. 3, X and Y split up. 4, 80% data for training and 20% data for testing. Then decision tree classifier. This is for group pass or fail or cold or hot, something classify. So decision tree regressor, here decision tree classifier. X train and Y train value. Then I will find the classification report. Okay. If it's regression, you can find mean square, mean absolute error, mean square error, and root mean square error. If it's classification, you can find a confusion matrix. Then this is what the basic algorithm works. Linear regression, multiple regression, decision tree. My last algorithm, I will complete in 10 minutes. It's for random forest. Random forest. So please see here. From that bucket, I will take a fruit. From that bucket, I will take a fruit. The tree 1, the decision tree 1 says the fruit is apple. The decision tree 2 says the fruit is apple, etc., etc. Decision tree n says the fruit is banana. Based on majority voting, tree 1 and tree 2 says apple, tree N says banana. So the output is apple. That's fine. Always the tree is not correct. So I will build multiple trees. Always a single tree is not correct. So I will print multiple trees. I will print multiple trees. One second. So I will print the multiple trees. If tree 1 says it's apple, tree 2 says it's apple, then tree N says it's banana. Based on majority vote, the majority trees are says it's apple. So I will say it's apple. It's for random forest regression. I will skip this for time being. I will explain the random forest. Same. Everything was same. The entire code is available in my website with video tutorial, with manual, as well as with Colab code. So you can try. If you have any queries, anytime you can pick. So step number 1 for import packages. Import Pandas PD, import NumPy as NP. Then step number 2, download data from dataset. Step number 3, read data from dataset, petrol consumption.csv. Step number 4, first 4 columns are taken as X. The last column, 4th column, that is 0 to 4, the 5th column. The 5th column which is taken as Y. X and Y split up. Then 80% train test split off is a method. We choose to split 80% ET20 rule. 80% for testing and 80% for training and 20% for testing. Now, here, standard scalar is not needed. Here, I will use random forest regressor. First one for linear regressor, second one for decision tree regressor, third one for decision tree classifier, here which is called as random forest regressor. Here which is named as random forest regressor. I will pass X train and Y train value. You can construct 20 number of trees. You can construct 20 number of trees. Based on the 20 number of trees, I will pass the X test value. Based on majority voting, it can find the Y predicted score. I will use mean absolute error, mean squared error, and root mean square error to find the errors. So this is a basic example for random forest. So it can automatically construct multiple trees and based on majority vote, which tree which return a best result. So it can return a result. Random forest regressor and random forest classifier are same. So same way, if it's random forest classification, same way you can import the package, read the data from dataset, then X and Y split up, then 80% for training and 20% for testing, and random forest classifier. Random forest classifier. It can predict the value. You can print a confusion matrix and accuracy score if needed. This is a precision and recall and F1 score results. So this is what the basic. So initially you can import package, read data from dataset, then X and Y split up. 80% data was taken for training and 20% data for testing. Then at last you can fit the model. Then you can pass the input to that model. Then it can predict the output. You can compare the predicted result with the actual value. If the model works fine, it can return a good accuracy. If model not works, it can return a failure value. This is what basis of machine learning. I will share the code. I will share my screen one second. So the entire code, again repeat the same. Entire code which is available, something Kesava Raja, you can Google it. Then click my website and click on that menu, e-training. Under that the menu, machine learning using Python. all those code with dataset and Colab and videos are available. You can click and try during free time. If you have any queries, you can ping or use chat box or WhatsApp. You will ping me. My mobile number is also available in that website. You can ping me. I will share my views. Okay. So because it's the first time you are learning machine learning. So machine learning, machine can automatically learn based on data. Machine learning, machine can automatically learn based on data. So you can, based on the data, without the program, it automatically learn. So 10 lines of code, these 10 lines of code is common for linear regression, logistic regression, then SVM, then decision tree, random forest. So all algorithms, these 10 lines was common. So you can use this Colab. Colab is excellent IDE. We supported for your project and research work. You can train during free time. Then if you have queries, you can ping me. Anyway, I won't bore you. So this is what I conclude my session. So machine learning with Python example or basic example. If you have any queries, you can unmute and speak. So the videos are available in my channel. I already told that. Either www.video.k7cloud.in or YouTube channel, the channel ID. If you click here or click here, it automatically move into my channel. Sorry, here there is a error. I think YouTube was blocked. Because here, this is my channel. So all those entire videos are available. Just click on playlist. Under that, you can choose internet program data science, Python using ML. You can choose the machine learning, Python using ML. Under that, all those channel videos are available. So you can click and view during your free time. If you have any queries, ping me. With this, I conclude the session. Any doubts, any question, please unmute and speak. Yeah, please send the link. Yeah, you are coordinator.
Hello, Kesavaraja. Hello.
Sir, Kesavaraja sir, you have made a wonderful presentation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Actually, the paper is introduced in the second year itself, right? I think third semester students are studying, fourth semester students.
Yes, sir.
AI and machine learning, I think data science are newly introduced subject. Even it is very new to the teachers. And it is happy to note that you have made a lot of presentation and you have uploaded video in a YouTube channel, right?
Yes, sir.
So if you are sending all this link, students may be using in future.
Sure, sir.
And with the demo, you are giving everything. So definitely it will be useful to students as well as to the teaching community, sir. Thank you. Please share your video link and YouTube channel to my personal WhatsApp also, right?
Sure, sir. Sure,
I am also interested to learn much about the machine learning and Python programming. Okay.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sure.
Thank you. Thank you, sir.
Hello, Kesavaraja.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Prema madam, you are actually taking this paper and you have to conduct a lab component also, right? So ask all your students to subscribe. Ask all the students to subscribe this Kesavaraja sir YouTube channel, and whenever they are free time, they may use the video which are posted by Kesavaraja sir. Okay.
Told the students, sir. Okay. Okay, sir. And
Not
told
only
the
for
students
Python,
and after students to
for
refer that
Angular
site
and
and
website design too.
do the exercise. Okay, sir. Okay, Kesavaraja.
Thank you, ma'am.
I
Thank you.
refer that site. Ask the students to also refer and give the feedback to you. Okay.
Sure, ma'am.
Thank
Sure.
you.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you. Students, yes, if any students are interested in website programming, I have a separate channel in Angular and React. So if needed, the same channel, same YouTube channel link, there is a playlist all available. So if needed, you can view that because currently the web development was growing in a rapid manner. So if needed, you can use that also. If some students are mathematical, Python was a little bit complex, then you can go for website design too. All those manuals are available in my website. So just type the name, the website was displayed. Hand out to host.
Sure, Kesavaraja. I told the students. Okay.
Sure, ma'am. Sure. Thank you.
I conveyed your thought.
Sure,
to the
ma'am. Sure.
students.
Thank you.
First, I would like to thank our Almighty God for giving this opportunity. I would like to thank our Honorable Chief Guest, Dr. D. Kesavaraj sir, to take out time for his busy schedule to grace the event. Thank you for inspiring and encouraging us with your word on this special day. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Special thanks to our correspondent sir, principal sir, for providing immense support to make the webinar successfully. I extend my gratitude to our HOD, Dr. Jabelda ma'am, to organizing a webinar. I must thank organizing team, volunteers for working hard for making this webinar successfully. Thank you, everyone. Thank you very much for your. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.